Okay, so the unsuspecting Oopie Poopie is about to learn about blankets. So, how I put blankets on is I set their chest setting. So here it's in a blanket, in a package. He's never seen it before. What is that? Oh no. What is that? That other noise is my girl Katie. She is a very active salivary gland. Okay. So I do this with a halter because I like to be able to guide their nose without too much issue. You know, I need to have control of him when he panics and all that kind of stuff. And I like to be able to guide their nose. Right? Oopie, oopie, huh? Okay, so I'm going to take it out of the package. Isn't it so cute? When I was there, they were like in the back looking for blankets, this blanket for all the different people who wanted this blanket. What I like about how I do their blankets is see how this is protected for the, first Velcro. And then if you always undo your Velcro, well, eventually your horse's hair is going to get in it and things like that. And next thing you know, your Velcro doesn't work anymore. So I like to do it to where that's like the first and only time I care about it being fastened. Right? Then we're going to set, I'm going to just assume he's, I don't know, like 3 or 4 in. And try to, what do you think? This is the best place to do this because obviously he gets a chance to secretly explore it, even though, I'm not forcing it on him. He's still choosing to say, what is that? Little does he know I'm about to put this whole thing over his head. It's funny, I always tell people like how I do my blankets is I put them over horses' heads, and I always get like that one person who's like, oh, my horse never let you do that to him. It's like, you'd be surprised how easy it is to teach them this, number one. Number two, horses that have like a bad impression of having blankets put on will often prefer it get put on over their head. So I do have protection on this Velcro too. I guess I'll take it off. So I'm just gonna, I don't usually do the neck adjustment, so I usually just do it right back onto itself. And we'll leave that permanently onto itself like that. There should be one on the other side as well. Oh, that one, someone already did that, or it already came like that. Okay. Then we'll just pack up our garbage so we don't accidentally leave it in here. Right? Isn't he pretty? Isn't he pretty? What is that? So this is a horse who would likely strike in fear. So I have to always be careful about him because he's had a much more aggressive start than a lot of horses that I've worked with as babies. He's been more likely to be aggressive than kind. So I'm going to make sure that the leg straps or the belly straps are already undone, which they are. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it up my arm, right? And I roll it up nice and tight. And then I just try to show it to him. And usually they're okay when I put it over their head for the first time. It's when I try to stretch it out on them for the first time. So see, his ears, what his ears just did when they went out to the sides like donkey ears like that, that's worry. Okay, so we want to try to avoid him being worried. But let's see, I mean, clearly he's okay with me kind of touching him with it. Like I said, he's the horse that will strike when he's fearful. So see how he's got worry in his ears again, right? I touch him, they go worried again, see? Touch him, they'll go worried again. Yeah. So it's kind of neat because you can start to like read horses better through little exercises like this. I'm going to see if I can talk him into putting his nose in here a little bit. So when you do this, always put the rope always all the way through. I'm going to see if he'll let me touch him with it like this. So I have a hold of his crown piece of his halter here, just to kind of keep control of the direction of his nose. Good. Good. It smells brandy new. Smells brandy new. Yeah. Oh, did I get a good spot? Okay, so I would call that his price. Like, you want to cooperate with me? Now we have a price. So can we ask him to stick his nose through? It's like, where's your nose? Can we see your nose? Huh? Oh, there's your nose. It does smell funny, doesn't it? It smells like almost chemically, right? Hi, there's your eye. Look at his eye. What a good baby. Ready? And go over your head. Oh, what a good baby. So there's a little panic there, a little panic. We're going to go ahead and take it back off before that panic gets too bad. Right? Take it back off. Oh, what a good baby. What a good baby. Yeah. He's like, I'll taste it if you'd like. Hmm? What a good baby. I was expecting this to go a little bit harder. I'll try that part again. So obviously the trick is to keep control of your blanket. So like, you don't want it to get all weirdly tangled or whatever. Good baby. So I don't want to do that while you're not paying attention, bud. Okay? Can we make it go down his body? Okay. Now, he's paying attention that way. I'm going to have him pay attention this way. Right? Just so when he panics and spins, he spins away and not onto me. What do you think? Yeah. You want to look at it so you don't, yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. Good baby. What do you think? Huh? Go this way. Yeah. What do you think? Okay. I'm going to pull it up, fold it in half again, and I'm going to take it back off his head. What a good baby! Yeah! What do you think? Ooh, big learning experience, huh? Big learning experience. So because he's not like having a terrible reaction, I'm probably only going to do this one more time. Say, here, can we put this over your head? Of course we can. Yeah. Bend him a little bit towards me. So if he were to start spinning, he'll spin away. Yeah. Okay. Fold it in half. Fold it in half again. And that's just so it's a manageable piece, right? So when I do decide to pull it up over his head, and make sure when you grab it, you're not grabbing all their mane and stuff and cause them discomfort as a part of it. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't care. So, say, look, Mommy, I can learn things without having a big fight. I can learn things these days without having a big fight. Huh. It stinks, though. It's like, it's got that, like, you know, the waterproof stuff smell. Yuck. Take his bucket out so he can get to his hay without banging his head accidentally from underneath the green bucket. Cool. Well, it was uneventful.